Hello everyone, this is Gaming Silver, and today I'll be showing you a review of the weapon that Xur is currently selling this week. As of 12/9/15, also not 12/9, also known as January 9th, 2015, he is currently selling the Last Word, which is an exotic hand cannon, one of the three, two if you don't have PlayStation. And I'll just be telling you a review. I bought it. I mean, I'll 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 tell you a couple of reasons of why you should and shouldn't buy it. So let's just get this started. It has 302 attack to start off with, 331 in the end, obviously. The rate of fire is really high, surprisingly high for a hand cannon. One of the few hand cannons with such high rate of fire. The impact is great in certain situations. I'll talk more about that. The range is pretty low, so don't expect that you'll be getting headshots from 500 miles away. Stability is okay. It's pretty good, and the reload's pretty good too. The first things that you unlock, which come with it, is Fanfire, which is the weapon can be fired quickly and continuously, which is one of the reasons why it has a high rate of fire. Kinetic damage, and this weapon causes kinetic damage. The first upgrade you get is the magazine. Oh. And it starts off with 8 mags, and you cannot increase that. And I think it can get to 78 rounds total. And first you get soft ballistics, less recoil, penalty to impact. Then you get smart drift control, predictable and controllable recoil, penalty to range. And then you get aggressive ballistics, more predictable recoil, enhanced impact, shorter range, and more recoil. And then you get hip fire. This weapon has bonus accuracy when firing from the hip, which is really good in more clutch situations where people get point and blank, but I would really not recommend just running around trying to only get hip fire shots. Then you have the upgrade damage, or the damage upgrade, which all you need to upgrade these is obviously glimmer, relic, iron, weapon parts, and exotic shards. And then you get single point sling, which is switch weapons faster and move quicker while aiming. I would not get this because honestly, I would not get this upgrade because honestly, it switches pretty fast, and I'll show you some of the switching in a second. And you move pretty fine when aiming. High caliber rounds, oversized rounds to stagger targets and leave them reeling, whatever. Their mass makes a weapon harder to handle, so I'm pretty sure this slows down reload, or I'm not quite sure as it won't show. But it will either slow you down or slow down reloading. I would not get that just because, honestly, the impact's pretty high. You do not need to stagger opponents. And perfect balance, which is honestly what I would get. This weapon has extremely low recoil, and then I'll tell you why I would get that. Last Word, which is its main upgrade, which I honestly think is whenever this weapon begins to come into its own and it really becomes good. Bonus damage and stability, extra precision damage when firing from the hip. So nothing negative about that, such as like where these have more impact but less range. This is all positive, and once you have this, it really begins to become one of the best hand cannons. Then you have the 4 weapon upgrades, which the last one being you have to have an exotic shard. Now, I would only recommend this gun. I would personally not recommend this gun to one of my friends that only play PvE. Just because it's a kind of low magazine, as most hand cannons can go up to 11, plus the fact that it only has 78 rounds and there is no field scout on this gun. But also because mainly because in PvE you will be running out of ammo a lot. And this is mainly a gun for Crucible, and in Crucible it is an absolute beast. With perfect balance, you can fire, and it will your crosshairs will basically stay at the same spot, so you can just continue firing with those follow-up shots, and it will murder anyone fast. Especially with the last word upgrade, you can get 2-shot kills, and that just becomes insane. Now, I'll go to show you some of the cosmetics and such in a sec. So what did you guys have for dinner today? I had McDonald's. Yay, obesity. I do not think that obesity is good. Don't do it. But don't be mad at yourself if you have. So as we're loading here, you can see that this is definitely a large hand cannon, and this is definitely a hand cannon, as it is biggest hand cannon I've ever seen. So now that we're loading in here, you see that it looks pretty big in my hand. Don't listen to that. Well, you can see that it has like what looks like a depth to it, where it goes pretty far out. And then this is the starting crosshair. I'm not quite sure if you can see that, but it's just basically the normal one. And the cosmetics, I find the cosmetics on this gun really cool, and I'll show you up in here. Such as when you're firing, you hit the hammer whenever you finish firing. And I find that really cool. And even though you do that, you can still follow up with plenty of shots. So in Crucible, don't think that will be getting in your way. And then what I really like here, is whenever you pull out the gun. I'll get kind of far away so you can hear it. If you heard that, it was kind of like a sling, where you're kind of like slinging it out of your like holster. And I really find that amusing whenever I pull that out. I don't know why. I mean, but this gun to me just freaking feels like it'd be completely Wild West, because you hit the hammer, which I don't think any other hand cannon does that, and then you're flipping it out, and that just seems really cool. Now back to the Crucible part of this gun. In Crucible, I would say definitely bring if you're going to be using this as your primary, definitely bring another special weapon with you, just because this gun honestly can only get about 2 kills before you have to reload, and if you're caught reloading, you will die unless you can somehow MLG clutch. So I would say definitely bring a special with you, where if you have to, you can pull that out and get the final kills. So it really is made for a 2 to 3 person duel. Why I'm saying 2 is because it's you and the other person. It really feels like that, because anything lower, it's a definite kill, and anything higher, you'll most likely die. I would not recommend this to PvE players, and I myself am a PvE player. I kind of got this mainly because I had never gotten a legendary hand cannon or better. I'm currently am not regretting buying this hand cannon, as I still find it pretty useful in PvP, at least in closer situations. And I'm definitely glad that I got this, because I used to never play Crucible because I would never have great guns for Crucible. If you see in here, I have Hardlight and Mida. Mida's okay in Crucible, and Hardlight's absolutely terrible. But yes, this is an absolute beast in Crucible once fully upgraded. I would say if you're one of those people who play a lot of Crucible, and by the way, Xur is selling this as of 1/9/15, the 9th, and he will continue to sell it until the 11th, or at least Sunday morning. He's selling it for 23 strange coins. Me and my friends, I'm just an average player. I'm not some kind of guy that has 3 characters, and then as soon as I do like the Nightfall or weekly strike on that character, I delete it and get a whole nother one to 20 in a day, just so I can do it again. I only have 2 characters. I would say, and I just do level 28s each time. And my friend, who also has a lot, he's just another average player, and he just had been saving up strange coins, and he bought this gun, and he's definitely not disappointed with it, and I'm definitely not. So, yeah, it's 23 strange coins, so honestly, if you have to, I feel like that this is one of the rarer guns that Zur sells, as in he doesn't always sell it all the time, such as he does with like, or as he, let's say as he used to do with Icebreaker. So if you have those 23 strange coins to spare, or if you've been waiting for a gun and you happen to have like 23 to or higher strange coins, and you've just been waiting for a gun, and you don't feel like waiting another week, as I had been waiting, because I didn't want Patience Time, I didn't want Dragon's Breath, and I didn't want No Land Beyond, obviously. I don't think anyone wants No Land Beyond. And I had seen this, and I was definitely happy that he was selling this, and I bought it on the spot. And I have no regrets. If you're one of those people who play a lot of Crucible, you will not have any regrets. If you're one of those people that play a whole bunch of PvE, which I personally am, but now I'll be playing more Crucible, you may be kind of disappointed just because of its low range. But yeah, if you have a friend that plays Crucible a lot and he has those strange coins, I would say definitely tell him to buy this, and I'm sure he will not be disappointed. And well, that's all. So yeah, have fun with this hand cannon.